my sisters, my brothers, my colleagues, fellow Nigerians here and in diaspora. You are welcome once again to another edition of DJM3, my show. DJM3, Dr. Jolob, Musical Medical Mission. And I can assure you it's going to be a wonderful exercise this day. We'll be talking about a subject which I know most of us will find very interesting. We'll be talking about constipation. Constipation. What is constipation? Who is constipation? Who can have constipation? How do you manage constipation? What causes constipation? What are the effects of constipation? These are some other questions that we are going to try as much as possible to visit and answer very well today. Yeah, what is constipation? Constipation is a situation when there is delay in the movement of the bowel, or when there is difficulty in the movement of the bowel, or when there is cessation in the movement of the bowel. And because of this, the consequences can be immediate and can be delayed. But usually it is not too good when somebody is constipated for too long. And people are different when it comes to the time they move their bowels. In some people, they do it every day. Some people every other day. Some people every 3 days. Some people they make it twice a day. But what is unique is that what is good for one, that is unique for one, cannot be unique for the other. You can say somebody is constipated in a case and say another person is not constipated in the same case. But it is important that you know yourself and you know what is happening when it is happening. Usually people with constipation, when they have movement which is far in between, the movement is usually hard and could be painful to the extent that some people will have traces of blood in their waist, which is not too good. Now, what causes constipation? The first cause, which the common cause, is fast. If you are fasting, or if you are choosing to fast for a day or two, it will affect your bowel movement. The second cause is diet. Well, let me tell you, if you are fasting and you know that's the cause of the constipation, that one can be easily managed. The solution is that you just take your food at the appropriate time, then the movement of the bowel movement will continue. And the second cause for constipation is diet. Food that are rich in meat or animal protein, foods that are rich in flour like bread, fast.
Still rolling from diet.
Yes.
That's where we're going to take it from. So you need to simplify bowel movement.
Because I don't even know it.
What you mean?
I don't know it.
Stooling.
The
Wọ́n pè tí máa sọ stooling lórí television kan máa gbọ́dọ̀.
stooling now, only lay mama go.
number of times you visit the toilet.
Toilet. You can even say stooling. Stooling. Yeah, it's not wrong English.
The number of times you do. Because I don't mean the man of
Stooling. Ibo mo gbede. Okay, fasting.
I would have preferred the number of times you go to the restroom or they use the.
Sorry, is stooling wrong English?
It's not.
No, it's not.
I need you to speak layman's language.
Okay,
To my stooling, the man then fasting, sir. You need to explain because how can fasting lead to?
No, fasting. Yeah, if you don't eat your food at the appropriate time, there's nothing to digest. Then there's no movement that will come.
Okay, so let's go back to let's start from.
Still rolling.
Camera still rolling. So you're taking it from diet.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Pick it up. Action.
Diet affects your stooling habits. We notice, it is noted, and it is documented that foods that are rich in meat, foods that are rich in animal protein, and foods that are rich in flour and flour products like fast foods, bread, shawarma, all those foods, they reduce your movement of the bowel. They cause constipation. In most of the cases, although not absolutely, but most of the cases, they cause constipation. Also, when you reduce your water intake, when you don't take enough water, there is that tendency that what you take in is not mixed with enough water. And when it is not mixed with enough water, the amount of food that is being processed, that is being absorbed, will be will the amount of food that will be digested to become waste will be reduced. And when this is reduced, there will be constipation, because the lag bowel need to be filled up before you can you can go to the toilet to ease yourself. And other conditions can be stress. Some people, when they are under pressure, when they are stressed, in some people they find it difficult to eat. And when they don't eat, what is there to digest? And when there's no digestion, the individual will be constipated. And when you are constipated, there's no ways to be passed. Now, how do you manage it? Number one, you know the causes, like fasting, diet, reduced water intake. It's easy for you to manage some things. Now, what are the effects on the body? Some people, when they find it difficult to go to ease themselves in the toilet by stooling, they have fever. Some people have fever. Some people become irritable. They just lose their temper easily. They are not comfortable. Some people find it difficult to sleep. Some people, they will not be at ease with themselves. But since you know the cause, it's easier for you to manage the situation. Now, apart from it, some people have headaches, and in some people, in fact, in a lot of men, when they do not go to stool at times, their libido, which they are hot for sex, goes down. That is why you will notice some of our men in the urban areas, they believe that when they use something we call jetty, and then when they use jetty, that they find it when they go to the toilet to ease themselves, they believe that their sexual prowess is endowed. Although that's not absolutely true, but it is a relative truth. Now, what are the other effects of this thing is interwoven, because the body, the way nature has constructed the human body, is interwoven. The digestive system is interwoven with the respiratory, with the genitourinary system, with the musculoskeletal system. If there is problem with the digestive system in form of constipation, it will affect other parts of the body. So, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have enjoyed my talk with the constipation. I really thank you for listening into it. I know you have enjoyed it, and I hope you have. If you have any comments, you can see it on the screen. Feel free, approach us on WhatsApp with your questions or your queries. It will be my pleasure to answer your questions and advise you accordingly. Well, the next segment of the program, another cause for intestinal obstruction, another cause for constipation is intestinal obstruction. Intestinal obstruction can happen in children. It can also happen in the adults. In children, it's not too common, although when it happens like that, it can be easily diagnosed and treated. But when it happens in adults, particularly when there is pain, constipation associated with pain, abdominal pain, and vomiting, and associated with the abdominal distension, that's why they call it obstruction. This can cause constipation. So, how do you address it? When the cause of constipation is intestinal obstruction, surgery is the sole way to relieve the constipation. The surgeon will come in and will do a major surgery where the intestinal obstruction is relieved. Another major cause of constipation is intestinal obstruction. This is a situation wherein the intestines is blocked. And to relieve the blockage, a surgeon will be called in who will come in and physically do a surgery that will relieve the obstruction. It will go in, do the appropriate cutting, and we call it cutting, resection and anastomosis. It will do this surgery to relieve the obstruction, thereby relieving the constipation.